Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Whatever you gotta do.
This is what you should be doing if you see these creatures.
Few causes brought people together online like the squishing of the spotted lanternfly, with memes and videos of people killing the invasive pest, an unexpected hit on TikTok.
Girls in NYC when they see a spotted lanternfly.
Hey, actually you're supposed to kill them, so like...
Videos with the spotted lanternfly hashtag, many posted in the past few months, have racked up 200 million views. But with all these videos on our TikTok For You pages, it begs the question, is any of this actually helping? Are we all just wasting our time stomping these bugs out one by one? Or is Lanternfly TikTok actually having a real impact? The spotted lanternfly is an insect originally native to parts of China, but when introduced to other places, the lanternfly is an invasive species that multiplies like crazy. On top of that, it feeds on a variety of plants and crops, making it a menace to the grape, orchard, and logging industries, as well as our own backyards. It first spread invasively to South Korea, then Japan, and in 2014 the first spotted lanternfly was recorded in the US, and has been a growing problem ever since.
Like a lot of invasive species, these were probably accidentally introduced by people, since these guys have those really difficult to distinguish egg masses and they'll lay them on anything.
Ann Johnson is an entomology PhD student studying the spotted lanternfly at Penn State University.
They probably were just laid on some cargo container. Those egg masses hatched and suddenly you have a whole bunch of babies.
The spotted lanternfly has already taken over the northeastern United States and is now creeping into the Midwest. This past summer, even New York City's concrete jungle was ridden with them.
Our gut reaction is just like, oh, we gotta stomp them out as fast as possible.
And while some may find the lanternfly's spots and bright red hindwings nice to look at,
when I first saw one, I thought it was pretty cool looking, and then someone told me about it.
crop production and forestry experts predicted that in Pennsylvania, the first state that the spotted lanternfly infested, an unchecked lanternfly invasion could remove almost 5,000 jobs and cost $554 million in annual losses.
Suspect it's not going to end anytime soon. It's always very difficult to completely eliminate invasive species.
And just as the spotted lanternfly is having a moment, so are creators who are sharing unique ways to trap and kill it.
If you see one and you don't kill it, you're not having a hot girl summer and you never will.
Full-time content creator Rachel Stonecraft lives in Pennsylvania. She usually does deep dives into fun facts on her Hyper-Focus Pod TikTok account. But when the lanternflies swarmed her home last summer, it gave her a new calling.
Bugs and insects were never really like a specific area of interest for me, but I will say the spotted lanternflies made it personal.
These little terrors have chosen violence, so instead I have vowed to educate you all and eventually destroy them.
I have a window in front of me, and there have been times when I've seen 50 to 100 on the screen of my window. When you go outside, they're everywhere, and then when you come inside, you feel like they're still on you.
You should be checking your car and any other natural materials like plants and wood to make sure that you are not taking any of these with you. And you really got to check, because these things can hang onto a car even if you're going like 65 miles an hour.
It had been at the point where I was killing lanternflies day in and day out every single day. At some point, I just decided enough is enough. I have a platform. I should use it to help spread the word about these.
Another creator who took advantage of the platform is Liv Voker, who goes by Livany Squisher on TikTok, and may be the lanternfly's #1 enemy.
So these are spotted lanternflies. If you see these, you should be unaliving them.
She's the biggest spotted lanternfly influencer, with over 10 million likes on her videos and more than 110,000 followers. Voker, who also lives in Pennsylvania, first learned about lanternflies from her partner, who works in the wine industry, and was seeing them wipe out vineyards, but it became personal when they started covering the hospital she works at. Now lanternfly hunting has become part of her daily routine, and whether she's walking her dog or at the gas station, she's always looking for them.
Each day I'm finding another tree or another plant that I didn't know they fed on. It sucks the life out of them. So think of them as like little plant vampires, except there's hundreds of them.
Unlike other influencers, Voker refrains from showing her face on camera, this interview included. It's in part to make the focus about what she's saying and teaching, but it's also for her safety. Voker says she's received hateful comments, messages, and death threats from people online who only see a living thing being killed and not the bigger impact.
I've gotten some pretty wackadoo threats before. Why don't you do what you do to spotted lanternflies to yourself? I try not to get into any of the other controversial stuff. I really do want it to be about the bugs.
Volker popularized the bottle method of sucking up lanternflies with a water bottle and created an entire new subgenre of ASMR.
That popping sound when they go into the bottles, especially the Frappuccino bottles. Chef's kiss.
TikTok has also popularized other lanternfly traps and hunting methods.
This is specifically for killing bugs. And it just shoots salt out at bugs.
Despite the efforts lanternfly educators like Volker and Stonecraft put into their videos, there are still viewers and commenters who know about the lanternfly's invasiveness, but still see the cause as pointless or unsustainable.
Now, no hate to this commenter, but I want to make sure that people understand that if we do nothing, this problem would be a million times worse. It is unsustainable for us not to do anything. I know locally, I have made a difference. Areas that I took care of last year look so much better this year.
But Johnson says the public has more power in this battle than some people might think.
The USDA definitely has plans in place to try and control spotted lanternfly, but most of this will be on public lands. You know, it's not their property. So I think that it's really helpful that we have the public getting involved as well, because they're the ones who can actually go out and address the spotted lanternfly on their own lands in a way that a lot of our governmental or public agencies cannot.
Johnson is researching ways to eliminate the lanternfly population, and one of them is by attracting more of its natural predators. She says lanternfly videos taken by the public, including those on TikTok, allow her and other entomologists to observe and discover far more predators than they would alone.
People will forward me TikTok videos of all of these different predators feeding on spotted lanternfly.
With these findings, Anne was able to discover that by removing the lanternfly's preferred host, the ailanthus tree or tree of heaven, it loses bitter-tasting chemical compounds, making it more appetizing to predators.
What my findings could help with is what we call biological control, natural enemies, predators, diseases, things like that, to help control their populations.
Many researchers fear the lanternfly will eventually make it all the way to the west coast and devastate its wine country. But both researchers and a vigilant group of everyday people are stepping up to prevent that.
People are researching on social media and that gets them interested. I always think it's a really cool thing and a good thing. The more people who are aware of the problem and who are helping eliminate an invasive species such as spotted lanternfly, the better chance you have of actually succeeding.
We should be getting a break with the coming of winter, but not for long. Lanternfly eggs will hatch once the cold months are over with, and they'll strike again when it's warm. In the long run, the lanternfly is here to stay, but potentially in smaller numbers.
So it's probably going to end up being, we'll always have to deal with spotted lanternfly, but hopefully over time, what we'll be able to do is have a lower population level, know how to handle it so that they can't cause as much damage as spotted lanternfly does now.
The second I went outside, one landed on me. I wasn't even fully outside. There it is. Oh, hello. 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 Oh, hi. Hello, everyone.